In this video, I'm going to show you the coolest summer watch, a watch that I just bought. Hello, my name is Louis and this is As Time Decides. If you live in the Northern Hemisphere, summer isn't too far away. And if you're a style icon like me, then you're gonna need an absolute banger of a summer watch. A watch like this, it's the collaboration between Timex and Cara Barrett, the Edition V1. Cara Barrett is a former editor of Hodinkee and owner of Partchi, a watch brand aimed at kids, though the website appears to be inactive at the moment. This collaboration watch was released a couple of years ago, and at the time I thought the watch was very attractive but a little overpriced, at a recommended retail price of £225. This model is now long sold out though, and my attempts to purchase one for below retail failed on multiple occasions. I saw this one for sale on eBay and managed to secure it for a few pennies below the original price. What a bargain. Now, Timex is a watch brand that divides opinion. To the loyalists, it is a brand that makes quirky and interesting affordable watches with great vintage inspired designs. But to the haters, they're boring, low quality and overpriced. Perhaps the reality is somewhere in the middle. I can appreciate both arguments and will admit that most Timexes do nothing for me, but once in a while Timex produces a real standout watch, and I think that's exactly what I have here. The first thing you'll notice is the gorgeous baby blue dial. It appears to have a glossy finish to it rather than a sunburst or matte finish you more commonly see. There's applied Breguet numerals for the hour markers in a high polish. The hands are a pencil style with a thin second hand and lollipop counterbalance. The dial text is kept to a minimum with just the Timex branding and mechanical printed in black on the dial. There is no lume whatsoever. For me, the simplicity of the dial makes it extremely elegant. There isn't really anything I would change. The case is very simple with a high polish all over, a cabochon crown and a solid case back. It has a domed acrylic crystal which will annoy the haters, but it helps the watch to nail the vintage look, and honestly I've never really had any big issues with acrylic. I really like the aesthetic that acrylic brings. It is water resistant to 50 metres, which is decent for a dress watch, though you might want to avoid the pool just to be safe. It comes on what Timex calls a perfect fit expansion bracelet. It's made from stainless steel, again with a high polish finish. The links are all rectangular and the same size. There's no taper at all, and I don't think it suits the watch that well. I think a matching baby blue leather strap would look amazing, or even an expansion bracelet that just has a little bit more visual interest. On the plus side, it is very easy to adjust. There are a number of links that don't stretch, and these links can be removed to shorten the bracelet by simply pushing down the backs of the links to release them. It is honestly a really practical design, and although it does nip a hair or two, it's nowhere near as bad as other Timex bracelets. The watch is powered by a Seagull TY6 DSK-1 610K-S manual wind movement, which beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour and has a power reserve of 40 hours. It is accurate to -30 to +60 seconds a day, which isn't great. I believe it is the same movement found in the 34mm Marlin and the MK1 mechanical that I also own. I've not encountered any problems with these watches over the past couple of years. It certainly isn't the highest class movement, but it does the job. I do appreciate a manual wind movement in a dress watch. The ritual of winding a watch in the morning is one that I still enjoy, although the crown on this one is so small, it's a real bitch to wind. The manual wind movement also helps to keep the watch a bit slimmer, which is always a good thing with modern watches. The dimensions are as follows. The case size is 36mm with a lug-to-lug of 43mm. Thickness is a relatively slim 10.4mm and the lug width is 18mm. The proportions are pretty much perfect for a vintage inspired dress watch. It fits like a dream on my 6-inch or 15.2cm wrist. So what are my overall thoughts on the watch? I think it's a real beauty, a true example of the best Timex has to offer. Vintage looks with a modern twist at a price most people can afford. As I said earlier, I did pay almost full retail for this second hand. It was £224.95. I think in terms of value for money and quality, the AliExpress brands definitely have Timex beaten, you can get a higher quality watch for £225, no doubt about it. But it isn't things like specifications or quality or value for money that really get my juices flowing. For me, all of that goes out of the window when you wear a watch. What matters is how a watch makes you feel when you wear it, and this watch just puts a smile on my face. One other thing to mention, this watch is called the V1, which suggests that more collaborations are planned, but there has been no sign of a V2 so far. That being said, if they made a matching watch but with a baby pink dial, well, I think Timex would probably end up getting my money again. I have now built a lovely little collection of Timex watches over the past few years, and I'm very happy with them. I'm not a brand loyalist, I judge each watch on its own merit. Timex does produce a lot of stinkers, but that's true of most watch brands. What is important is, when the brand gets it right, do they really get it right? The answer for me when it comes to Timex is absolutely. I haven't seen another watch quite like this on the market, and I'm all about finding little gems that other people haven't considered. After all, who wants to wear the same watch as everyone else? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is it the perfect summer watch, or do you know of a better alternative? That's all I've got time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.